Hey, how you doing?
It's just suspicious, so it gives us reasonable suspicion to contact people and to stop people, because it's not normal for people to make a loop around the same block, especially at this time of night.
Oh, we're not allowed to drive around?
You are allowed to drive around, but like I said, it's suspicious, which gives us reasonable suspicion to talk to people and to detain people for a traffic stop.
Is suspicion of crime?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Is suspicion of crime?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Ma'am, do you have an idea?
I do. Ooh, that's bright.
What's the reason for the stop?
Like I told you, it's reasonable suspicion because it's very odd for somebody to be driving around a circle around the same block.
That's not a crime.
It's reasonable suspicion.
What's your name, badge number?
How you doing? You got ID? Can I see it?
I don't need to ID.
Okay.
What's your name, badge number?
What's yours?
What's my badge number?
How you doing tonight?
What's your name and badge number? Identify. Part of your policy to identify, clown. This is an illegal stop.
Can you get that light out of my face, please?
No, you
Thank
get your light out of my face, dude.
No, I'm not going to get my light out of your face.
What's your name and badge number? Ellis? B. Ellis?
Take that light out of my face. I can't see.
Oh, no. I can't see.
All right, I'm gonna...
Don't touch me.
Don't put that light in my
Don't
face.
touch me, dude.
Put that light out
You're
of
a
my
clown,
face.
bro.
Get that light in my
clown.
face.
You're a clown. You're a clown. Get out of here, dude. What's your name and badge number, punk?
My badge number is 640.
Hill?
Yep. 640.
And the reason for the stop is what?
I already told you twice.
Because we're suspicious?
It's reasonable suspicion for the detention.
Bull.
You can have your opinion, but I understand the law.
I know the law, bud.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you learn the law?
In order to stop somebody, I need to be, or this person who's driving needs to be committing a traffic infraction.
There's also case law that proves that reasonable suspicion for a detention also classifies a reason to stop somebody and detain them.
Wrong.
Sir, I'm very right, and I've been to court on it several
You're
times.
very right.
Yes. So that is why I stopped you, is the reasonable suspicion of the illegal activity possibly going on.
Illegal activity, driving
I'm
around.
talking to her, not you.
No, you're
Especially
talking
with
to me
this
right now.
area. No, I'm not. This area being a high crime area and a narcotics area
Bull.
on around here. And that's why. So
Wrong.
people circle this area.
Wrong.
And responded to shootings and stabbings in this area of town.
That does not give you a reason to pull us over.
The block leads me to believe that you guys might be out here to commit a crime or go after.
We're here filming you clowns.
Okay.
We're here filming
That's
you
why I
clowns.
Okay.
So you can have your opinion. I would just explain to her the entire reason for the stop. I'm very well within my rights to stop you.
Yeah.
So you guys have a good day and have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're dismissed, punk. You're dismissed, punk. You're dismissed. What? The traffic stop's over, right? Traffic stop's over, right?
Yeah.
I'm free to move around wherever the I want. Yeah. You're dismissed.
I appreciate it.
Back to work.
I am doing my job.
Yeah.
And you are free to leave and go back to Martinez based upon your hat.
I'm free to stand right here and film you two clowns.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep. What's your badge number, by the
Stay
way?
out of the roadway, please.
What's your badge number?
Sir, I already told you.
No, you didn't tell me your badge number.
I did, actually.
Ellis,
While
what's your
you're-
badge number?
While you're still seated in
You
the
want to
car.
talk over here on the curb?
What's your
You got
badge
the road
number?
sidewalk, sir. Mine's 855. Why don't you get
855. Thank you so much for
out of-
finally
why don't you get out of the
identifying.
roadway here, huh?
Thank
You're
you
in
so
the
much
road.
for finally identifying. The light's in your face. What are you gonna do?
Sir, I need you to get back onto the sidewalk, sir.
Oh no, I'm right in front of your vehicle. I am not a danger.
requesting
I'm not
you-
in danger. And guess what? The Supreme Court has already ruled that you are not responsible for my safety. So you might want to do your job, get back in your car, put your seatbelts on, drive away, and go to the next stop.
I'm ensured that you are safely allowed to pull away from this incident.
I'm gonna stand right here until you guys get back in your car. This is Vacaville PD, guys. Got Ellis and Hill, two clowns. This guy pulled us over because he said we're driving around and look suspicious. So that's a reason to stop the vehicle.
I already explained it to your driver.
Yeah. Mind your business, bro. Why don't you go to a stop? Why don't you go pull someone over that's actually committing a traffic infraction?
What you were doing is very suspicious.
That's not a crime. Suspicion is not a crime. And it's not a reason to pull somebody over.
Reasonable suspicion allows us to stop vehicles
Nah.
to ensure that they're not committing or going to commit a crime.
It's not
The
true.
way your driving behavior, the driver of your vehicle was doing was suspicious.
Yeah, we did that
enough.
on purpose so you would pull us over like an idiot.
So you're intentionally driving in a suspicious manner to draw police officers' attention. Do you understand how that would be a non-violation of the
Blah,
of the
blah,
law?
blah, blah, blah. Dude, you're wasting tax dollars. Get in your f***ing vehicle and drive away. Let's
Actually,
go.
you are causing the waste of tax dollars
Oh.
by continue this conversation instead of getting in your vehicle and leaving.
I don't have to leave.
I don't either.
You don't either? You're being paid to be a law enforcement officer.
That's correct, and I am enforcing the law.
What law?
I told your driver what I
And
was
what's the vehicle code?
doing. The reasonable suspicion for the stop.
Quote the vehicle code.
It was a reasonable
California
suspicion
vehicle
stop.
code. What is it?
It was a reasonable suspicion stop, as I
So
explained.
no California vehicle
As
code.
I explained
Exactly.
to your driver.
So no vehicle
As
code.
I explained to your driver, is a reasonable suspicion. So you have a good night, sir.
Goodbye. Put your seatbelts on, okay?
You too. I would hate for anybody to get injured. Sir, you need to take that light out of my face.
It's not in your face. Make sure you put your seatbelt on. Seatbelt. 10-12. Good job.
Sir, you need to get away from this car.
Put your seatbelt on.
You need to get away from the car.
Put your seatbelt on.
It's
It's
an
not
officer
on.
safety issue. You need to get
No,
away.
there's no law. Officer safety is
Get
not
on
a
the
law.
sidewalk. Get on the
Officer
sidewalk.
safety is not a law.
Get on
Put
the
your
sidewalk.
fucking seatbelt on, clown.
Get on the sidewalk.
God, you're an idiot. Put your seatbelt on.
Get on the sidewalk, sir.
Come on, there you go. Officer safety. Put your seatbelt on.
I understand
You
that.
know, 95% of officer deaths are from traffic accidents, right?
No, that's why we have the below 100.
Good job. I'm so glad you put it on. Now you're going to be safe.
Below 100, that's why.
Now you're going to be safe. Good job.
Right.
Let's go see. You got your seatbelt on? Seatbelt. No, no seatbelt. All right. No seatbelt. Car number 1265, no seatbelt. Ellis, put your seatbelt on. Officer safety.
Hello, sir.
How's it going?
How are you?
Not too good, actually.
What's going on?
Well, we just had our rights violated. So I'm here to, are you the watch commander?
The sergeant on shift, yes.
We were driving around. There was a stop on Mason Street that we were on our way to.
Okay.
Officer Hill got behind us, and I told the driver who was driving to make a right. We went right. He followed us. We went right again, basically in a circle.
Okay.
And he pulled us over because he said it's suspicious.
Okay.
And so I have it all on video. I told him, you know, what is the California vehicle code for pulling us over because it's suspicious. Suspicion is not a crime. We don't need to identify ourselves. There's no reason to pull us over. He wanted to find out who we were. So that's the start of it. So it's an unlawful stop, first of all. Second of all, Officer, oh God, I forgot his name. Anyways, it's on here. But anyways, so I rolled down the window for the second officer. I asked him to identify. Okay. And my light was on like this. I'm just gonna turn it on. So it's not very bright. This is a Walmart light. Okay. So I'm filming him, and he says, "Get the light out of my face." He reaches into the vehicle to try to grab it. Okay. That is a Fourth Amendment violation. I'm here to file complaints. First off, I want these officers to be held accountable.
Okay.
Hopefully you do your job, and you know, I mean, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been doing this for years. Police investigate police. No wrongdoing gets found, but at least I'm bringing it to your attention so you guys can at least do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you would like to see the footage, I can show it to you. If you don't care, that's fine.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Okay. So I'll just hand you the phone. You can watch it. So this is this is the stop from.
So I wasn't there. I'm not going to judge them in 2020
Well,
hindsight.
you heard what he stopped us for. And then lawfully we have to produce ID and identify ourselves.
If you're detained, which is what a traffic stop is, it is a detention, which is reasonable suspicion is what we need to legally justify a detention. Yes, you are required to identify yourselves.
The driver.
The driver is required to identify
Yeah.
themselves.
Not me as the passenger.
Yes. If you're being removed from a vehicle, you could be required to identify yourself. Yes, because in and of itself, you as a passenger of a vehicle, if I turn my lights on, right, I'm essentially detaining you because you're a passenger in the vehicle. As soon as that vehicle stops, you're essentially being detained.
Yeah, but I don't have to identify though, right?
If you're being detained, you're supposed to identify yourself to law enforcement.
That's wrong.
Well,
Come on, Gunderson.
again,
How long you been doing this? How long you been doing this?
Explain to you. I've
How
been
long-
doing it
I
for
know.
about 10 years.
Then you should know that
I'm fully aware.
California is not a stop and identify state. So you can stop the vehicle for a traffic infraction, but me as a passenger inside the vehicle, I do not have to identify. It doesn't matter what you do. You could force me out of the vehicle. I do not need ID.
Okay. I'm happy to give you the complaint form. That way you have whatever questions that you want to answer on that form. You can write them in the email, and I can